Hey guys, it's Bang for About PC Gamer here. As we all know, the GTX 980 Ti has just been launched. And for those of us with a GTX 980, for a long time you've probably been looking at the GTX Titan X and thinking, yeah, it's nice, but £1,000, it's way too much. Well, this is where the GTX 980 Ti comes in. It sits in between the 980 and the Titan X at £550 if you're in the UK, and 650 USD if you're over in the States. Now this is definitely more affordable, but yes, it's still expensive. So the question is, if you're a GTX 980 owner, just how much performance are you going to gain for spending that extra money? So when looking at the two cards, you can see in the UK right now you can get a reference design GTX 980 for £425.99. Now the core clock comes in at 1127 MHz, boost clock of 1216 MHz, and you also get 4 GB of GDDR5 running at 7 GHz. It comes equipped with 2048 stream processors. Now when you compare that to the GTX 980 Ti, which comes in as of today's date in the UK at £575.99, for some reference designs it is meant to sell at $550, but good luck trying to get that right now. Maybe prices will come down in the future, hopefully. The core clock is 1000 MHz with an expected boost clock of 1075. You get 6 GB of GDDR5, which is also clocked at 7 GHz, and you get a nice increase of 768 stream processors, which takes it to a total of 2816. So over £150 difference between the two cards. I'm going to run some games now and see exactly what you get for your money. The games I chose for this comparison between the GTX 980 and 980 Ti are Tomb Raider, Dirt Rally, Crysis 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, Battlefield 4, Assassin's Creed Unity, Metro 2033 Redux, and of course The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt. So just to let you guys know, both cards are going to be running at stock settings. I think it's important to note that my GTX 980 is a non-reference design, and it also comes factory overclocked by about, let's say, 80 MHz. So it's not going to affect the results in the grand scheme of things too much. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to start off with Tomb Raider. So the results are in, and the GTX 980 Ti boasting a 25 frames per second increase over the GTX 980.
Five, four, three, two, one, go. 60 crest, right 6, and left 5. Into right 4 half long, into left 4 long, into right 3, into left 6 crest, and left 5 over crest, opens crest, tightens, right 4 don't cut, 100, left 1 long, crest, into right 3 long, to turn right 1.
So in Dirt Rally at 1920 by 1080 at ultra settings with 8x MSAA, you see the GTX 980 Ti boasting a 24 frames per second increase on average over the GTX 980.
And left 4, 60.
So Crysis 3 at 1920 by 1080 with the very high preset and 2 times SMAA. You see the GTX 980 Ti opening up a 17 frames per second gap between itself and the GTX 980. So Grand Theft Auto 5 at 1920 by 1080, all graphical settings at Ultra with 2 times MSAA. Also all advanced graphical options are maxed out. The GTX 980 Ti has a lead of 10 frames per second over the GTX 980, so not too much of a difference between the two cards in this game. In Battlefield 4 at 1920 by 1080, the GTX 980 Ti re-establishes its 25 frames per second gap between itself and the GTX 980.
Ease up, Pack. Where the hell you been? Monsieur de la Serre! Stop! Make way, make way! Damn it, slow down! Apparently, walnut is a popular finish this season. Who is driving this coach?
Assassin's Creed Unity at 1920 by 1080 with ultra settings and 2 times multi-sample anti-aliasing. The GTX 980 Ti has an increase of 12 frames per second over the GTX 980.
Let's come on! Take my shotgun! Here!
In Metro 2033 Redux at 1920 by 1080 with very high settings and super sampling anti-aliasing at ×2, the GTX 980 Ti has a lead of 20 frames per second on average over the GTX 980. So we come to the final game, which is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I was playing this at 1920 by 1080 with ultra settings and Nvidia Hairworks enabled with anti-aliasing. The GTX 980 Ti has a lead of 10 frames per second over the GTX 980. As you can see, even a GTX 980 having a hard time staying over 60 frames per second once Hairworks is enabled. So my thoughts on the GTX 980 Ti. It's certainly a lot faster than the GTX 980, usually between 10 and 25 frames per second faster. And you also have to bear in mind, the card I compared today is factory overclocked, so the gap would grow even bigger still. It stays surprisingly cool, actually as cool as my reference GTX 980, which was pretty surprising. Maybe with longer gaming sessions this may change, as I've known the reference design cards to usually level out at about 83 degrees Celsius. All I can say is for £150 more, it's at least 30% faster than a stock GTX 980, so I think it's a good purchase if you're someone looking to just get a little bit more power and max out those games that you really want to max out. So that's it from me, guys. I'm going to leave you with some benchmarks now between the two cards at stock settings. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.